Hey, this is Matt Swartz, and if you can believe this, this is vlog 20. Vlog 20! And I'm here in Nicaragua while the rest of the country is freaking out because of coronavirus. I chose to come here with a medical team with developing workers to invest in the lives of children throughout communities in Nicaragua to provide health, emotional health, and spiritual counseling. But I want to talk a little bit more. Last week I kind of gave some thoughts about the coronavirus, and who would have thought in the past week since that episode happened, all that went on in the world. Like literally last week I had uploaded everything, and then it was said that we were going to have all flights coming from Europe beginning last Friday stopped, and schools are closing and restaurants are closing and governments are shutting down. And so I've gotten a lot of comments from people about, did I count the risk, I consider the risk of going to Nicaragua with all of this craziness because of the coronavirus. And so I want to talk about two things because I think it's important for people to understand two deep beliefs that I have, that right now we're here in Nicaragua seeing God do amazing things, and they both relate to my faith. So first off, I had to make a decision years ago that I would choose to be a person of faith versus a person of fear. I've talked already about this on my vlog, that I'm a person that struggles with anxiety. So my human natural condition is to be anxious. So it takes a lot of internal work, and that's why I do meditation, reading God's Word. I do a gratitude journal. I do all these things to refocus my attention on not just living in fear. But even in that, you need to understand that my wife was in agreement of me going on this trip. The other leaders with developing workers, we were all in agreement. And matter of fact, nobody on our team dropped out because of all the craziness of coronavirus, which leads me to the second thing. The reason why I'm good with being in Nicaragua right now, knowing I have no guarantee I'll get back into the country, or even if I get back into the country, if I'll be on a quarantine. And here's the principle I want to talk about today. It's this idea. We have to understand that if we understand the risks, so let me be clear, I did not step into going to Nicaragua like blind, like just being naive. I understand the risk. I may not be able to get home right away. I may be in a quarantine. I understand it. But even in understanding the risk, it's not irresponsible to still choose to go if you believe that it's what you're supposed to do. I think one of the greatest concerns I have in life is when people say, if anything bad happens, that means God didn't want me to go. And that's not what I believe about faith. I think at the end of the day, I do what God asked me to do, and I trust Him for the end result. And so here's my thought for this week. Every one of us has to face different decisions that relates to something, because if it's not coronavirus, it's going to be something else. So here's my challenge to you. What's the decision that you have to make to step out of fear and into faith? And what are the decisions that you need to make that other people may not agree with, but you believe it's the right thing to do? Hey, go ahead and comment down below about maybe some of the things you've been processing about coronavirus or just all that's going on. And go ahead and like this video, and as always, subscribe. To me, these 20 episodes have been amazing for me because it's helping me to realize things that I deeply value that I want to continue to share with you. We'll see you next week, and I have no idea what country I'll be in, because the world's falling apart. But that's okay. See you next week.